Okay, hold on. Hold on, guys. Quiet.
Everybody be quiet.
Quiet. Go ahead.
I motion that the entire Vail School District will be free of mask policy, and it will be optional to all teachers and students alike with no fear of retribution.
Perfect. All right, board member needs a second. Okay, we need to have a vote. Okay, say your name.
Angelica, aye.
Aye, Tiffany Sanders.
Aye, Stacy Olinger.
Aye, Bill Lehman.
Aye, Anastasia.
Okay, that's unanimous.
Woo!
No more masks.
What is good? Osiris here, stuck in the middle again. Thank you for joining. I'll have at least one upload up every day, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. This is a story that I just came across today. I'm months late on it. This was posted on Twitter in April 28th, by Ian Smith. Hundreds of parents in Vail, Arizona attended a school board meeting protesting mask mandates for schools. They would not leave. The board was overwhelmed and outnumbered. They quit. The parents elected new members and immediately struck down mask mandates for kids. This is the way. Why is it always from the left? This is not this situation here. I'm going to step away from that, just letting you know that's their approach. And this is Vail, Arizona. Looked up their median income is about, in 2019, the median household income was about $90,000. This is a well-off area. I'm going to take a step out of that and then go to left politics. It always feels like they're trying to force something on you, whether it's big tech censorship, whether it's mask mandates, whether it's lockdowns. These are all coming from the left. Whether it's critical race theory. It's never good enough for them to wear a mask and everybody else do what they need to do. It's never okay for, if you want to teach your kid something at home, teach them at home. You don't need to teach every kid the same thing. They're always telling you what you have to do. If you want to lock down your business, lock it down. You don't have to lock everybody's down. If you want to stay at home, stay at home. Everybody doesn't have to stay at home. We can make our own decisions. We are grown. All of that comes from the establishment left. And this is showing this community that has a median income of $90,000, and I do not think that's an accident. They step up and say, to hell with what you say. You want to do a mask mandate? To hell with your mask mandate. We're rolling up on you. They came on in and they went out. The school board quit. Pick a typical inner city. I have love for my hometown of Ohio, East Cleveland, Ohio. Median household income, same year 2019, was $21,600. I mean, we're talking about 4.5 times less. And that hurts my heart. And what energy do we have in the community? They're not rolling up on the school board saying our schools aren't good enough. Get out. We've got people in the community that are going to take your spots now. We don't see that. You get manipulated. You get used like a puppet to be in the streets or to not speak. Even if you're not in the streets, you're not speaking against people who are in the streets for police violence. That's what you're in the streets for. Not school, not educations. You see how they rolled up on the mask mandates? Watch them try to, you think they're going to try to mess with that curriculum? You think they're going to teach critical race theory in that district right there? Do you think they're going to teach them 2 + 2 is 5 in that district? You're a damn fool if you think that's happening. Yet you get used, manipulated like puppets in the streets for policing? You know the best way to avoid, to handle the police issue is to avoid the police. That's the best way. And that's what causes people to rise up And what do you rise up on? You're not rising up on the politicians. You're not rising up on the school board. You're not rising up on any establishment figures. You're burning down your own damn neighborhood. And the little baby puts it on the Grammys like it's cool. That's the night and day difference that I see. This is how I'm going to end it. There's this big push of, oh, and here's another thing that the left is pushing on us. And we think it must be good. It's slavery, right? We got to learn more about slavery, learn more about slavery, learn more about slavery. What the hell? Learning more about slavery isn't the core. The core is, what do you do with that information? Notice that information isn't, the big takeaway is we're oppressed. There's systemic racism. We're not liberated. We're still in mental shackles and chains. Things aren't fair. All this defeatist attitude. In what life are things fair for people? You're fighting out here to make things fair? Where is fair? Fair does not exist outside of utopia, nirvana, heaven. It does not exist. So stop trying to do that. Why don't they tell you, or at least, if you're going to, I don't want any conclusion taught in school, but if you're going to teach a conclusion, why don't you teach the conclusion that your ancestors survived one of the toughest and most brutal mental and physical holocausts and situations in the history of this planet. And your lineage is still here. There wasn't a genocide. You're still here. What do you do with that moment now? Now that you know the history, what are you going to do? If they overcame, you can overcome. You think the oppression that you have to go overcome now is greater than what they overcame? Let's start with a plan. Let's work smarter, not harder. Let's start with a hyper focus somewhere. Where are we going to focus? On our kids, on our schools. Our kids aren't going to be wearing masks. Our school books are going to be up to date. They better be. We're not going to have fights at school every day. You crazy? We all rolling up in there. There's no fights at school every day. Our curriculum better be solid. We're not learning any 2 + 2. IQ is not racist. SAT scores are not racist. Assessment scores are not racist. We're going to dominate those scores. Why isn't that the takeaway? You talk about critical race theory and all this. Why isn't that the takeaway? If you're going to force a conclusion on our children, why isn't that the conclusion? At some point, we need to start doing the opposite of what these people who portray themselves as your friends and your saviors, you might have to start doing the opposite of what they say just to see if it works. And then you might have to cut them off. Take care.